you kind of get the impression that omnichannel retailing is a pretty recent event, and I don't think it is. Companies like the Bay and Eaton's were, I think, the first omnichannel retailers. Just think about it. They had to find a way to get into market. They had physical stores and they had cash, but they had people spread across the whole continent, basically. And what they had to do was then get into mail order, catalog, payment by check, layaways. They used all the resources that they had to get to those customers. And I would submit to you that, as Dr. Rahman talked about, actually, who, by the way, knew that Eaton sold houses? My father-in-law had one of them. Anyway, the key point, though, is that retailers always have to be looking forward into social and consumer trends to adapt to them as they move forward. They have to also look at it as both an opportunity or a threat. The opportunity is to grow. The threat is that you get bypassed, and I think everyone can think of different retailers who are no longer with us. So let's fast forward to today. There are numerous consumer trends. Mohammed talked about a bunch of those, but the key is that it's almost like the internet of everything. And what is happening to the consumer? The first is they're much more educated and informed. They have very high expectations. They know no boundaries to information and service types. They want everything now, and they want it their way. So that leads to a whole different perspective that people are going to have to deal with as omnichannel retailers. So you've probably heard of the term digital disruption. The consumers are influenced by all kinds of different technologies that interrupt them. Let's think about Amazon for a second. Who knew that Amazon today, you think of them as a bookseller, but who knew that they've got 90 regional fulfillment centers of 1 million square feet each? And most of the products that flow through there are not their books. They offer this as a software as a service, as a technology, an integrated, instant omnichannel retailing opportunity for someone who's a bricks and mortar or a distributor to immediately use their technology to be in business tomorrow doing many of the things that Mohammed talked about. And so they're a $35 billion a year company, which is a tenth of what Walmart is, but they just started a few years ago. So here's another application that I think is very disruptive and a very good example. It's a company called Flip out of Toronto. What Flip has done, if you can sort of see in here, whoops, I'll go back. I got to push the right button. If you see here on the left-hand side are all flyers. Everyone gets flyers in the paper. So what they've done is they've digitized those flyers. They've extracted all the prices and the products, and they allow you to do a search for something like chicken, and look through all those flyers, and it'll tell you who has the lowest price for chicken. But more important than that, if you've got a list of 4 or 5 or 10 different products that you're looking for, it'll show you which flyer has the cheapest price. But for the sake of convenience, they'll put them in a shopping basket and say, you know what, Superstore has the best aggregate price for the 10 things in your shopping cart. So I think the name Flip is very apropos because it's turning the retail world upside down.